he was excited. However excited he is, I am definitely more so. But my name is Scott Beck, and I was the head trading coach here at TradeSpoon for a number of years. And I told everybody when I left that I was doing so to pursue a trading project, something that I have been working on and working towards for a number of years. And I'm very excited to now be able to present that project to this audience, which is very special to me. I've got a great relationship with Vlad, and I'm very excited to move forward with this partnership. So as Vlad said, what this is, and obviously Vlad is a big proponent of AI as the rest of the world is catching up to what he started doing many years before, integrating AI and machine learning into the analysis that we do as traders. And so I really see this as an extension of that, but going one layer below. So I'm not looking at the signals of the market. I'm focusing on the signals and the structure of the trader. And so that's what this is about, is the process, understanding the trader, understanding the data that you're producing as a trader, and getting additional AI context and coaching that helps you to, as Vlad said, find the discipline, the consistency that's going to make you a successful trader for years. So I'm very excited to just kind of give a brief presentation about where this comes from and what it orients around, and then give you a demo of the platform, give you an idea of how you can start participating right away, absolutely free, and really get some immediate benefits that can have impacts on your trading. This is a culmination of over 20 plus years in coaching, where I've worked with more than 10,000 traders in various capacities. If I could bottle it up, this is what it's going to look like. So let's start with this. Why do most traders struggle with consistency? We know the statistics, yet we're all still here. 90% plus of retail traders lose money over time. Very similar statistics in business, and yet people still start businesses. And there's a certain mindset about us as traders that lead us to the market. But then we find ourselves, like I can tell you for me personally, I'm a hyper competitive person, and it set me back years in my trading because I was bad at losing, right? And I'm sure some of you are immediately starting to nod your heads a little bit like, yeah, I get that, right? It's not about if we're smart enough. It's not about if we have the right tools. It's about, can we put it all together, organize it, and have this process that we can make a machine that we run over and over again. Zero, the written trading plans most active traders have. It's amazing to me. Those 10,000 traders, how many of them I say, okay, show me your written trading plan? And I hear crickets. That's the missing piece. And that's the one thing that separates professional traders from retail traders, is that structured process. If we treat trading like a hobby, it's gonna pay us like a hobby. If you want it to pay you like a business, you've got to treat it like a business. And that's where the plan, the data, the record keeping, all the back office stuff that allows you to use tools like TradeSpoon so effectively, and to learn from your own implementation so that you become as efficient as possible when you have the right tools. This is about having a repeatable system for making decisions and reviewing them. What do most traders have? Well, they have intuition. We recognize patterns. We have access to information and tools. You're motivated. You have interest. There's no shortage of ideas. What do most traders lack? A documented trading plan, a feedback loop for decisions. Am I doing this right? Is there validation? Is there something that's going to help me to then make better decisions? Is there an honest and objective performance review? Again, in my experience, is baffling to me how often I'll talk to people and we'll be talking about things like it's important to find favorable reward to risk ratios, 3 to 1. Yeah, that's what I do. I'm always looking for that. And then we get their records down and we have them enter their trades, and we actually find out that their average winning trade is $300 and their average losing trade is $500. That's not a 3-to-1. That's a 0.6 to 1. That's very difficult to make money with. It's eye-opening when they start to really have that assessment to see what's working and what's not. The numbers don't lie. And that then leads to behavioral self-awareness. One of the most difficult things, in my opinion, and I know both Vlad and Keith are big on this in trading psychology. Unfortunately, one of the most common places we need to look when things start going wrong, as much as we would all love to look at the market and say, what is the market doing to me? We actually have to look in the mirror and say, what am I doing to myself? There's a list I used to share with traders I would work with, the top 10 mistakes new traders tend to make. And 80% of them are self-sabotage. We do the wrong things at the wrong times, typically for the wrong reasons. And the more we start to have an ability to assess that, find those self-sabotage patterns, and then start to eliminate them, the sooner we're able to move the obstacle of ourselves out of the way. What do professional traders have? A written plan, a review process, feedback mechanisms. These aren't just concepts. They're the foundation that most retail traders never build. Very specific defined rules for entry, exit, position sizing, pre-trade intention setting, post-trade review. What did you think was going to happen? What happened and what did you do? Psychology awareness during live trading. Periodic performance analysis by session and setup type. These are the types of things that help us to see our role in trading. So what I've developed and what I'm working on, and quite honestly, I would say thank you to all of you who helped contribute. All of what I have done is based on the interactions that I've had with traders in the journey of trying to learn. And what I've realized is we need these 4 core pillars. Number 1, a trading plan, not an idea. We can't tap our heads and be like, it's all up here and it's beautiful. My vision, it's not a vision. This is a guided framework that builds and documents your personal trading system. Pillar 2, trading psychology, behavior awareness tools, and bias identification for live and post-trade reflection. So I'll show you a little bit about what we have integrated for psychology. Number 3, review and analytics. Do you have a record-keeping mechanism that makes it easier for you to see what's working, what's not? What can you do better? What are the patterns? And then the last piece is the thing that ties it all together. Can we integrate this phenomenal machine-based learning, this AI of a coach that can take all of these components and see them together, have all of the layers to help you see your patterns, to help promote accountability, to help validate real time. Does this look right? Am I following my rules? Did I do something that prohibited me from letting my winner run and squeezing all I can? So it's essentially a development platform built around interconnecting these 4 most foundational trading disciplines. And I will say this, Vlad, I don't think I actually have, I'm only seeing organizers and panelists. So if there are questions or comments, I'm not seeing them. I'm just sort of soapboxing here. So if there's any good questions, feel free to stop me and throw it my way. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of keep going and hopefully have a good discussion later on. Building a trading plan. This is the thing right here. I have forced many people to write a trading plan over the years. Never one time has someone come back to me and said, Scott, I don't understand why you had me write all this down. Never happened. What do they say? It's enlightening when you really put it all to paper to see what's actually there and structured, and where do you have notions of an idea, but not a really truly fleshed out plan for routines and rules and all of the structure that you have and need to make this happen. The plan components is market focus, instruments, timeframes, entry criteria, setup definitions, risk management rules, exit strategies, checklists. And then what the AI coach has the ability to do is review and critique your plan, make those rules better, validate what you're doing against what you said you're going to do. Are you following your rules? Analyze your trade logs to find patterns that then can be implemented to improving the rules. Support post-session debriefs. I always used to call them post-mortems. The trade is dead. What can we learn from it? Let's give it a good dissection at that point. Ask accountability questions to reinforce discipline, and have this coach that as you're improving, it knows, and it's always pushing you to the next level. Now, trading psychology and behavioral awareness. If you've known me in the last 20 years, this has been my passion in trading, is the emphasis on trading psychology, behavioral awareness, and how it impacts what we do. It's the hidden performance variable, right? It's all the time, even now. I was talking the other day and I was like, yep, here's a mistake I just made. And I'm always willing to share, because I know that I'm learning from it when I'm able to share it. But what we're looking to do is identify social and cognitive biases and map how those specifically impact the trading decisions you make, and hopefully evaluate your readiness to understand your trading flow, which is the optimal state of mind, relaxed, yet energized, focused, aware, confident, but not overconfident, right? All of these things are very balanced, and it's very hard to just sort of find it. So we want emotional state logging. We want to improve our awareness. We want to identify the biases that are most likely to impact us, so that we can create rules that will then prevent us from succumbing to those, and then have a behavioral pattern review over time. Analytics, and I'll kind of give you a sense, right? I'm going to show you what you have access to day one. You have access to the full trading plan, which has a quarterly breakdown of your analytics. The premium program that we have offers advanced analytics. That's where the AI coach analytics are available. This is where the rubber meets the road. The devil's in the details. This is a numbers game. If you don't have your numbers, it's going to be hard to ever get to the point that you want. We really want to make sure that you see what losses, wins, percentages, and it's going to help you tweak the rules in a way that actually achieve that core objective we know we're always working towards, to cut our losses short, let our winners run. And that we also know through some pretty well-researched concepts around behavioral finance that 80% of the average beginning person, not necessarily a trader, is pre-wired to do the exact opposite. 80% of us are pre-wired to cut our winners short and let our losers run. We need to understand why that is, or else it's just going to keep happening. So what I want to do is just spend a little time and walk through the platform. I want to show you the trading plan, which you can go in, put your email and a password, and you've got access to that forever. That's yours. You can go work on your trading plan. You can print it. You can see the analytics, and then I'll show you what are some of the more advanced tools, the analytics, the psychology, and the AI coach look like. We'll come back to this in just a minute. But let me start here. I'm actually going to start here. So if you, when you click the link, that will be sent your way. We can put it in the chat. It'll come in an email. When you click the link, it'll take you here. And again, all you have to do is come in, give us your name, put your name and your email, and join for free. When you do, you will then find yourself here on this page. This is your trading plan. This is your template here. So you have the ability to come in and you might think, I have a cover sheet. Absolutely. Absolutely. You can put your name, and this is intentional. This is your trading business. You can put a logo in here. You can start to define your objectives. What is your desire? What are you trying to accomplish? And how much of an account size is it going to be for you to trade for a living? That if I got asked a question as a coach, that was the #1 question. How big of an account do I need to trade for a living? It's a great question. Let's figure it out. Let's write a mission statement. Let's write a vision statement. So it starts to feel meaningful. You're committing to it. This is your business. We're going to treat it like a business. What do we need to know about our business? Well, we need to know who's driving the ship. So here's our personal summary, some commitment. What markets are you going to trade? What accounts are you working in? Now, as you start building out the accounts, and I'll show you what, this is a brand new one right here. This is what you'll see exactly. I'll show you what it looks like as you start to use it in just 1 second. I want to walk through just a couple of pieces. You have the ability to define your routines, monthly, daily, weekly. You have the ability to define your money management rules, your trading rules, right? If you have a system, what does your system look like? You have the ability to write market observations and keep it all in one place. I used to see people with spreadsheets and notebooks and all of these things, and I'm thinking, how are you going to find and access anything from them? That's what's available to you then, right? So this is available to you now right away. But once you actually come in, these are the tools that you have. And the first thing I want to show you right off the bat, so this is now, if I have it filled out, here's my logo, here's my personal summary. And what this gives me the ability to do is I can show you my printed plan. This is my objectives and my means and my right, all of this is something that you can access right away. And ultimately, this is what will get passed on to the AI trading coach so that it can help you refine all of this, that it can check to make sure you're following all of this. It has the ability to review it, process it, and then show you what's going on, your results and analysis. I can go back to last year and see what does that look like. There is a ability to check your trade logs and see what trades do I have open. Now, once I have all of this, I come into the performance coach. So here is where I have the ability to do something like, say, here is my trade spoon, which obviously I still have access and use. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take this is Taiwan Semiconductor, TSM. And I'm just going to take a quick snippet of this. And I'm going to say, let's take this image right here and let's put it into the coach for some context. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to, here's an image. I'm going to go down to 3 months on this. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to take a quick snippet of this. I'll include implied volatility, and I'm going to put this here and say, help me evaluate TSM for a bullish trade. That's it. Now, here's the thing. Right now, this is just a general question, but you can see I can actually say, use my trading plan or don't use my trading plan. So right now, I just want it to give me a sense based on only the technicals, right? Only the technicals. And I would say, go ahead and give me that information. And what does the coach tell me as it evaluates and helps validate what information is being seen. The primary takeaway is that the recent trend has been upward, but is showing signs of a short-term pullback. It's retraced. The predicted price projects a 1% upward with a model grade of B, reflecting moderate confidence, but not a strong signal. Probabilities still favor a range-bound or slightly higher move than a breakout. From a discipline perspective, this aligns with waiting for a clearer confirmation of a bullish continuation signal. And as I look at this, I agree. We've seen way better than this. This is projected to be mildly bullish. We're looking for things that are going to be, I haven't done this for a while. We're looking for things that are going to be strongly bullish. If it sees this, that matches this, that's going to give us a different read. So here you can see just giving me some confirmation. I have the ability to ask, hey, what would you think about a target of 420? Well, it would probably say 420 is not really a reasonable place to put that. Now, I also have the ability to come back in. I'm going to do the same thing, but this time I'm going to say, I want you to use my trading plan and use my psychology profile. You might be thinking, what's my psychology profile? I'll show you in just a second. Now I'm going to put this in here and I say evaluate, including this data. So it's a little bit different now. It's going to give me a different perspective. My TSM bullish trade should start by confirming alignment with my established risk and rules, which are clearly defined. Right now, I'm not going to read all of this here, but it's going to kind of go through all this and get me into a situation where it says the predicted support align with your need to buy strength and sell weakness, indicating this price zone could be a reasonable entry near support if confirmed by price and volume. Volume appears lower on pullbacks, which matches my system setup. So this is basically where I can come in and say, and I'll tell you what, I gave answers just like this. This sounds like a coaching session. Someone would be like, hey, what do you think about this? And I would actually say, well, let's start by looking at your rules. What do your rules say? And you can see this is doing exactly the same thing. And it's telling me psychologically, I'm positioned if I focus on a disciplined entry and stop placement. And I avoid hope or outcome bias. So you can see this here is specific to me. Outcome bias, what does that mean? That's somebody who tends to focus on what the trade might do rather than what it's doing at that time. Where does that come from? So this is the coach. The coach can help with the trading plan, with trade feedback. It can also get historical. It can pull your logs. It can take analyze forms, and it can start helping you to find patterns in your trading, right? Your trade log comes from the trading plan. Now, your trading psychology, there is a psychology test. It's about 48 questions long. It's going to ask you all kinds of questions. It's going to have you watch some simulations and answer some questions. And when you're done, it's going to give you your trading assignment. You can see I've taken it a lot. Apparently, I need a lot of work. This is what it's going to give me. It's going to give me a personalized result. And it's going to talk to me about things like prospect theory, which is something I mentioned earlier in this session. I'm not going to spoil it though. It's inattentional blindness. These are concepts that we talk about when I go into coaching. That's what it's testing for. How well do you recognize change? What about outcome bias versus process focus? What about your mental accounting? Do you overanalyze or do you move forward quickly? Do you overcomplicate your trades? How do you perform when stress is a little higher? How much do you expect the potential for a trade, an endowment effect? All of these elements here are being tested for. And then all of these results are specific to you. And those are information that's then going to be delivered to the coach. so that you can say, you know what, right now I want to include that, right? I want to include that with my, with what the coach is telling me. And sometimes I don't. I'll sometimes be like, look, I know what my things are. I don't need that extra paragraph. Let's just keep it according to my rules. And sometimes I just want to see, how does the coach analyze technically without any understanding? So there's ways that you can manipulate the context and then get a little bit different perspective. The last thing that you have is the ability to do these analyze. As you log your trades, you're going to be logging them according to the accounts that you've set up, according to the systems you build. Do you take bounce trades or breakouts? As you set up rules and systems, it's adding those elements so that then you can isolate them. You cannot improve what you cannot measure. It's that simple. So if you're going to improve each of these systems, you need to be able to isolate and say, let's just look at my bounce trades. Let's just look at my calls. Let's just look at my spreads. If you do some short trades, you might say, let's isolate and see, you can slice and dice, and then you run these analyses, and it's going to bring up, okay, how many trades were there, and how many winners, and how many losers, and what's your winning percentage and your losing percentage, and all of this can then be saved. And when we save it, it goes into our archives. And when it goes into our archives, we can push those forms to the coach. And we can say, you know what, I want you to look at that analysis and my trade log. And then you can say things like, help me find patterns that will cut my losses short, right? That's the connection of these disciplines. We have first, the organization and structure layer. And again, go in, sign up. This is available to you right now. Let me go back here. I want to have time for questions. That's all I wanted to do for the demo. Let me turn my slides back on. And let's, whoops, let me get where I was. So let me just kind of walk you through what you get today for free. No trial. There's no trial. There's no like, hey, that's yours. No credit card, nothing. It's the structure's there, the platform's there. Go in there and build your plan. And then I'm going to invite you. This is something that I told Bod I'd really like to do. I'm going to invite you. I'm going to skip backwards here for 1 second. I'm going to invite you to a 5 webinar series. We're not going to start until the end of May, but I'm going to walk through all of the components that are available to you here in detail. These will each be an hour long. They'll be Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Anyone who signs up for a free account will get a series of invites to these, and you'll get access to the recording so that you can watch and see exactly how you can use this and how it can lead you to building a repeatable system. Right. So again, I'm very glad to have the close relationship with Vlad that I do, so that we can, plan this out. As I said, this community is very near and dear to my heart, having spent as much time as I did working with everyone here. So here's what it is. Right now, you can go in, always free, full access to the trading plan template. We're actually about to release a guided email sequence that'll come your way to kind of walk you through it. One of the things you'll be able to do by the time you build your plan, we have a feature that's coming out where you'll be able to submit it, and actually it'll go to our trading coach, and he'll send you a 2-page analysis of your review. That's probably a few weeks away. By the time we're in the webinars together, that'll be going on, and you have access to the basic analytics. If you think, yeah, you know what, that's a really interesting tool. This is a 1 year. This is not a like test it, try it. There's a psychology test. There's a structure. This is a 1-year program. It's you can sign up monthly, $90 a month, or you can go ahead and do a 1-month commitment all at once for $9.97. And for this community, if you use the code VLAD100, that'll save you $100. So $8.97, build once, 1 year. Every month you get a certain number of credits. It ends up being about 80 conversations. So I figure that's 4 a day during trading days, or 3 a day during trading days and 5 on the weekend. And you actually get a little backup plan. I'll show you all of that. If it's interesting, just go register. Just go register for the free account and come. Don't worry about this, but I do want you to know we do have a good promo price for the Tradespoon community. You get the analytics suite, you get the psychology tools, you get the advanced AI coach, on-demand access. The link I will send. I don't know, Vlad, did you put that in the chat, or do you want to put that in the chat, or that's going to be in the email that comes out?
That'll be in the email. I can put it in the chat as well.
Okay. Yeah. So Vlad will put it in the chat, and there'll also be an email. So you can just click on that, and you'll start building your plan. Within 24 hours, you'll be getting templates that'll help you to build some structure, and you'll have the ability to see what that developmental platform looks like, and then join me for some webinars, and I'll show you what you can do once that structure is in place. So 3 things to do now: register, complete your first trading plan, and come to the webinar series. Vlad, I went a couple minutes over, but I have time for questions.
No, this was great. Thank you very much. Ku says hello.
Hello. It's great to see you.
He's excited. Bill is excited to see you.
Very
we have
nice.
a few familiar faces. We have a lot of Renata is here. Ramal, Bill, William, Pat, Michael, Ted, Danny. So this is great. This is great stuff. Any questions, guys? There's no specific questions, just people are excited to hear and see. I will make sure that you get a recording along with the link. I will send it to all the Tradespoon and Yellow Tunnel subscribers, so hopefully you guys can sign up. But this was a great presentation. Richard says we'll definitely try it out. This is awesome, especially the free one. You should try it out. I would try, 1 month and see if this improves your trading. I think coaching does improve your trading. I'm super excited about AI and ability to upload your trading plan, record your trades. A lot of people ask me, where do I record my trades? How do I journal? Well, this is a one-stop shop there where you can journal, put all your trade strategies, your goals, and it will give you good answers and keep you accountable and make sure you're a disciplined, successful trader. So again, Scott, thank you very much. I enjoyed this presentation. We'll see you back, I'm sure, again. And guys, great turnout. We have a lot of people today. I appreciate it. You guys taking your time to get back with Scott. I know, a lot of you missed him, but also learning about what he's up to. And I think this is a great tool that can help you become a more successful trader. Thank you very much and have a great day. And next time, same place, same time, Tuesday, we will talk about market conditions. Today, AI stocks pull back. This is a great way to start to use this program and show the charts, show stock forecast toolbox, and see if the AI can help you find support, resistance, and what to do next. Thank you very much and have a great day.
Thanks a lot. Thanks everybody.